Siemano, tutaj Ryfi z tej strony. Co tu pisze? Zapisz mnie do szpitala. Okej. Tylko najpierw se sprawdzę, co tutaj ciekawego jest.
It's my turn!
Rotten or pristine, each heart contains the seeds of life. Drink at this river, try it all.
Oh, come on, you bastard! I won't bite.
Sir, please. You've lost too much blood. Calm yourself.
You think I didn't notice? Stop your staring and get me to an hospital, you arse!
Insulting a good Samaritan. Not exactly the way to get rescued.
All right, sorry. I am in pain here. Me guts are spilling out onto the street and you're yabbering on.
Yes. That's a very nasty wound you've got there. Take my word, I am a doctor. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Name's Clay Cox. I'd appreciate you helping me to a better place, Doc.
Follow me, Mr. Cox. Let me assist you to that better place. Bring this fading light into the shadows. Dance with him the dance of life and death.
Po co? Tutaj, tak. Ale nie mam pojęcia, gdzie mam z nim iść. Tutaj nie. Muszę?
In the back, you bastard! Didn't have the guts to fight me. Fuck you. I'll kill you. I'll kill you.
To taste a life, to embrace its most intimate secrets. Such a burden, such a divine sin.
Doctor, where have you been? I've little time to play hide and seek with new staff members, no matter how illustrious they may be.
I apologize, nurse. I needed some time to myself. This has been the longest and strangest night of my life.
You delivered poor Mr. Hampton from a terrible fate. The means to that end should be of little concern, Doctor.
Thank you, nurse. What can I do for you?
Dr. Swansea insisted we provide you a quiet office. You'll find it on the second floor with your name on the door.
Thank you. Nurse Crane, isn't it?
Yes, Dorothy Crane. Welcome to Pembroke Hospital, Dr. Reed. Your office has been prepared.
I would like to ask a few questions first. And Mr. Hampton, the patient we brought in, how does he fare?
I gave him a sedative to help him sleep. Poor thing was in quite a state of shock.
What kind of man is Dr. Swansea?
Well, you accepted the job from him. I thought you would have known about your employer.
Okej.
It's right to assume Dr. Swansea knows far more about me than I do about him.
You'll get to know him soon enough, and better than me. The administrator has better things to do than mix with us.
Apologies, I've only just met him the once. This is sudden. I've only just returned to England.
Dr. Swansea is a brilliant surgeon and the most compassionate physician.
Thank you, Nurse Crane.
Dobra, no to idziemy.
Dr. Swansea is right. This place seems perfect to conduct my research.
A to? Kto to? Aha. Nie wiem, czy muszę iść do góry? Chyba ja. Ale nie ta strona. Albo gdzieś tutaj. Aha, tutaj.
This must be the place. It's definitely away from prying eyes. Relegated to the shadows. A kingdom of my own. At least I won't be sleeping in a coffin.
Ha. Ha, tutaj nic nie mogę tutaj zrobić. Drugi poziom jest. Ale nic nie mogę zrobić tutaj. A tu? Też nic.
William Bishop's blood is much more unstable than human blood and shows extensive mutation. But this is not what happened to me. I must keep on searching. The sun is about to rise. I can feel it. I'll continue tomorrow night. I have so much time now.
Dobra. I co jeszcze by się przydało? Dobra. Tylko tyle mogę zrobić. Zdrowy. Aha. Okay.
If I'm to stay here until my research is complete, I'd better learn to hide my true nature from the mortals. But what about my thirst for blood? The flower's dying. It needs water.
Tutaj nic nie ma już? A, tutaj coś jest. Dobra, okej. Tu. Nic, pusto.
Dr. Swansea asked me to collect you, Dr. Reed. Hurry up!
Chodź.
Yes, Nurse Crane? How can I help you?
I'm so sorry. I know Dr. Swansea wanted you to rest, but we have somewhat of a crisis.
A crisis, you say?
Our supply of antiseptics is nearly depleted. I was hoping there was another box up here, but...
Sorry. There's nothing here.
Some of the patients won't last the night without them. Honestly, sir, I'm beside myself.
I may have a solution. In France, during the war, drugs shortage was a daily problem, and we had to use our wits to overcome the shortages.
However do you mean?
If combined correctly, certain household chemical products can be used in a pinch instead. Now, where's the hospital storeroom?
The storeroom? Fat chance. This is the Pembroke, and space is luxury we don't have. Everything used to be stored in the old morgue.
Perhaps I should look there first. Where is this morgue?
It's the large building behind the hospital. You'll need to go in the back door because it's been sealed off for sanitary reasons. Take this key. It opens a small back entrance at the end of a narrow street.
The abandoned morgue behind the hospital. A small door at the end of a narrow street. On my way then. Thank you, nurse.
Nieźle. Dobra. Teraz chyba w dół. Nie wiem, czy ta strona? Chyba ta strona. Aha. O! Świeciło coś się? Nie.
Scour voices in the garden. I should
Dziwne
investigate.
jakieś głosy. Tutaj pusto. Tutaj nic nie ma. Tu. O, coś tutaj świeci. Coś tam ma. O, a tutaj są te drzwi. Nie ma tutaj. A, coś tutaj się świeci. Kasa. Tu pusto.
Behavior is similar to the infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain. This sickness moves faster than influenza.
Dobra, mam. Kasę się weźmie.
This key will surely grant me access to the basement.
Aha, widzę już go. Okej, ten. Co tutaj coś jest? Nie ma nic. Szkoda. Tu nie można. Tu
It's locked.
zamknięte.
Balls of Mars, fortifiers. As popular as they are ineffective. But they do contain iron tartrate, and that might prove itself useful.
To nie mogę. Tutaj też. To teraz pójdę chyba w dół. Tylko nie ta strona. Gdzie? Ale się przestraszyłem, nie?
These skulls feed from corpses and the husks of animals. They're not after blood.
To się przyda. Nic nie ma? Nic. Tutaj nic nie ma.
It's locked.
Zablokowane. Dobra.
Mr. Connor's injuries don't match the report. I'd better look into this.
Usta.
Traces of a pinkish foam at the corner of the lips. Some sort of drug overdose, perhaps? Multiple abrasions and scarring on the arms and legs. Old and distinctive injuries of a sailor or a fisherman.
To.
The chest
kratka.
was originally opened to perform the operation. The sutures are clean, but the chest has been reopened. A puncture over the left lung, possibly a chest tube insertion. Not the cleanest work, but I think it was successful. Signs of internal bleeding. So, Dr. Tippett's anesthetics were incorrectly dosed, causing the patient's death. And then he tried to operate on him again. Tippett has made an egregious error. It's time we talked.
O, to nieźle. Doktorek odjebał. Babuna. Mi się wydaje, doktorek jest tam, no właśnie. Tutaj jeszcze tam sprawdzę. O, tyknął mnie. Nie ta strona.
These scowls can be so
Dobra, zginął.
ferocious. I'm not sure I can defeat them without becoming stronger. To drink blood is so tempting.
Tutaj coś jest? Jest. O. Nie, to nie potrzebuję nic tutaj. Teraz idziemy do tego doktorka. Ten doktorek gdzieś tutaj jest. Aha. Dobra. To pięknie. Hita. Mała petynka. Ale ten doktor gdzie jest niby? Aha, tutaj jest. Jakiegoś laga dostałem? Nie tutaj.
I wish I could be sick again. Feel my blood boil with the fever.
Ty co?
Good evening, sir.
So it is true. The famous Dr. Reed has joined us. I can't think of any better news during these terrible times.
Do we know each other?
Actually, yes. We met once before at the Rockefeller University in New York.
Dr. Tippett, yes, I remember. I was assisting Professor Carell in his research about coronary bypasses. He had nothing but praise for you.
He was also very confident about your future. And look at you now. Eminent surgeon and blood transfusion specialist.
Kokorin, I want you to tell me about Mr. Connor. How did he die? What happened?
He was my patient. He died because of my mistake. That's the blunt truth.
What was the nature of the mistake?
It was a twofold error. My diagnosis was wrong, and the administered dosage was too strong.
Why not stop practicing?
Are you mad? I killed that man, I admit it, and it won't happen again. I have saved so many lives since then.
Who was this patient?
I don't know. Some sick man from the docks, maybe a fisherman. I had no time to talk with him. No one claimed a body.
Ale coś tutaj jest nie tak. To mam, ale tutaj już nie mam. Czegoś ominąłem, nie? Czuję to.
What is the Pembroke Hospital situation? And please, speak freely.
This hospital is not exactly the best of London. I'm sure you are used to working in a better environment.
It's not exactly the best situation in London either. I can't have expected this hospital to be prepared for what was to come.
Don't be misled by appearances, Dr. Reed. This hospital does not lack talented people. It just lacks hope.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
It's safer here than anywhere else in the East End.
A, muszę wejść do budynku. Chrypka, sorry.
Young again. Just a dozen years or so.
Will this shift never end?
Aha, muszę wejść do góry. Ja szukam, gdzie mam iść. Nie tu, tylko do góry. Nie te drzwi znowu. Co jest? Tutaj nie mogę? Ja pitole. Ha, okej. Tutaj coś się świeci. A tam. No dobra, stworzone. Tutaj nie ma. To muszę zejść chyba na dół. Chodź na to.
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor. I don't think we've been introduced yet. My name is Pippa Hawkins.
And I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Dr. Swansea has recently offered me a position in this hospital.
Well, it's a euphemism that your help will be appreciated, Doctor.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Ona tutaj jest.
Good evening, sir.
Finally, you've returned, Doctor. Did you find anything of value?
Yes, nurse.
You've worked your first miracle, Doctor. Now, this patient here needs immediate treatment.
Duty calls. When the storm has passed, I'll show you how to mix the remedy yourself with the same basic ingredients.
Many thanks, Doctor. When you've finished, you ought to report to Dr. Swansea in his office. He's been looking for you. Seemed pressing.
What a blundering idiot.
We may lack the resources, but we have some of the most brilliant minds in London at Pembroke.